Hello and welcome to the latest F1 Gamer Dad video. This video is very close to my heart. It's something that I've only recently endeavored to attempt to master, and that is how on earth you can turn the racing line off in racing games in general, not just the Formula 1 2021 game. It's something that I've really never done throughout, my gaming past. And I have done it prior to starting this series and this YouTube channel, and I've got to tell you, it has changed everything. I am not only enjoying the game more, I'm faster, it's a lot more challenging, so it really creates a lot more strategy in your races to really, know how to master a certain track. So I'm going to run through a few things. So side by side, we're going to do a direct comparison. So at the moment, we're at Baku for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We're doing a quick time trial to just set a few flying laps. First outing here is with the racing line on. So we're going to compare two laps side by side, see which one's faster, see which one we have more fun on too. So you can see with the racing line, firstly, I don't think it's as fun as racing without. I think you're not taking in your surroundings, and some of the tracks on F1 2021, let's face it, are absolutely stunning and just breathtaking in the visuals. So you miss out on all of that because you're stuck looking at the track, looking at that painted line, and just following it like a zombie. So that's the first thing that I would say. Oh, as we horribly missed the apex and almost cannon into the wall prior to the castle section. That's the first thing. So I just think it's a lot more fun, and we'll get into the non-racing line lap in a moment. But that's my first thing. So we want to have as much fun as possible. Yes, we want to be competitive, but this is going to really enable you to just play lap after lap, career mode after career mode, just really get the most out of your gaming. The second one is, and this is not time trial specific, but it's actually specific to racing in general. You're able to have much better wheel-to-wheel combat with the cars around you, because I've been in this situation a lot in the past. You're racing with someone and you don't take the best move because, again, you're sticking to the racing line, you're sticking to what it's telling you to do, when it's telling you to brake, how close to get to the barriers, and you miss overtaking opportunities, or you cannon into the gearbox of the car in front of you because you're not necessarily looking for the best way around it, and you just smash into them. So here we go. So we're in the background here. So we've got our second lap, which we've turned the racing line off, and you'll see the delta of how much quicker we can go as well. And again, I mentioned this very early on in my YouTube series. I am not quick by any means. I'm really learning on the fly with all these sorts of initiatives that I'm doing. So that's one thing to really take note of when I talk about strategy as well. That's the 100 meter board. Most corners, we want to make sure that we're hitting that, and you'll learn when to hit that and when not. And I've highlighted the shadows there as well. Braking points, use physical objects, do not use shadows. We're racing at Baku in the afternoon, but in the morning for practice sessions, those shadows will be in completely different spots. So we want to use physical braking markers to pick our spots on the track. So back to wheel-to-wheel racing, I think that's self-explanatory. You'll have a much better time when you're not focusing on the line and you're just focusing on where you're putting the car, and you'll really work out how wide these cars are and how much room you've got between your wheels and the barriers at all times, especially at Monaco and Baku, these sorts of tracks, Singapore as well. And just quick reference as well, and quick side note on this as we pause here. Look how wide this corner is that I'm taking, but it's all about flow because I'm going right to the outside, back to the inside, hitting that chicane. You're using the entire road, not just what the racing line tells you, which sometimes it tells you to be putting your car in the middle of the road there. Now, the third point that I want to highlight, and I've already mentioned it, but I'm going to reference that delta again, where we're now 1.8 seconds to the good of our previous personal best with the racing line. It's a hell of a lot faster. Honestly, I can't understate that enough. That's what I've noticed markedly since I've turned the racing line off. I'm a lot quicker, and it's exponential. It's getting quicker and quicker the more practice and the more laps I put in. Now, the fourth point I will mention as we finish that lap, a 142.7. We're 3,004th on the leaderboard. Wow, fantastic. We've got a lot of work to do to make sure we take that as high as possible. The fourth point I'm going to highlight is this will increase your longevity on the game and make sure you're enjoying it as much as possible for as long as possible. The challenge is there. Taking off the racing line, tracks like Monaco, I am nowhere near competitive. I haven't turned the difficulty down, but if you looked at my Monaco My Team episode, I was well off the pace. And I didn't mind that because it's the challenge that I love. I don't want to be, you know, leading the race by 10 seconds straight away, because that would mean to me that I'm going to get bored in a heartbeat. But it's completely opposite, luckily. So it will increase the challenge and make sure that mastering these courses in each different car will take some time as well. So they're my 4 top takeaways. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel so you can see more content like this when it's dropped, and I look forward to seeing you all on the next video.